So this is the Sad Experience podcast, and welcome to our pilot episode. We would like to introduce ourselves.
This is Shams.
That's weird.
They can see you. They can see you.
خلاص. I'm Wayed, and that's it for now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yes, when I WAP, and let's keep it at that for now until we know each other more.
Well, we have another account of Mayed. That's also another Mayed. That would be me.
Yeah.
Two Mayeds on this podcast.
Yeah. So Wayed, Awap.
We'll just keep it on first name basis. Any nicknames maybe in the future, but we'll just keep it at first names for you guys.
We want to go into this relationship very slowly.
It's like a first date.
We don't want to mess this up, Yani.
Yeah.
We don't want to come off as too awkward.
Like the creeps, the creeps we are. Yeah, definitely.
Moving on.
Awkwardness in the air.
Amazing.
So, have a chance. You're, what's your age? You look like you're
Okay, we're not gonna talk about age.
Yeah, not a specific age,
No,
but
we're not
just
women.
a general ballpark.
We're not women. We can talk about our age.
Generally, no, you cared about your age. Generally, I'm too old to be doing this.
What?
We're all too old to be doing this.
Yeah, he's 3 years away from hospice care. So, both of us, I think, we can summarize the section up. We're all just, millennials, roughly same mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
Mid-20s, actually.
Mid-20s.
No one's late. No one's that.
I'm the mid-20s here.
Yeah,
just
mid-20s.
no beating around the bush. So.
Yeah.
The reason we start this podcast, obviously, we are 4 very happy individuals
Happiness index,
who have,
قد safe.
Amazing.
who have their purpose in life all figured out.
Yes.
Yes. That's why the SAD SAD actually stands for super awesome dreamy experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you can tell.
Totally.
Yes.
And we wanted to share this happy and motivated experience of ours with all of you, all lovely people. I like that.
That's
The guest knows more about the show than we do.
That's great.
It's amazing. And we mainly started this podcast to talk about life, what's been happening, and an area that we mostly get lost in, and we try to find what we want to do. So we want to talk about college life first. So
we're all relatively recent graduates.
yes,
Not
so recent.
Not 2 years.
2 years.
2 years, nigga. You're
Within relative scale, that is recent.
yeah. You're not supposed to have your.
You're still eligible for graduate programs.
Let's not talk.
Let's not disclose that for now. We'll keep that off the record for now.
Can you edit that? I don't think you can edit that. Never mind. Hi.
We'll just, it's still vague enough. It's plausible deniability is still on the table.
Yeah.
Just like the microphone.
Yeah. For anyone who's listening to this, the microphone is basically sitting on a plastic cup.
Yeah.
That's been.
Let's not talk about that.
Let's not talk about how
us.
ghetto we are. How absolute poverty.
I think the quality is
spec.
obvious enough through
I think we should focus on the essence of the show.
Yes.
Let's talk about
We are
the
a
show.
happy show.
This is a very happy show. A happy
Yes.
family.
Our microphone is placed on a $500 stand.
Your whole existence isn't worth.
We are drinking
Martinis.
$2,000 martinis.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
From diamond cups.
Yes, from
we
those.
talk about maybe what we actually did in university, what we graduated from. We're talking about graduates, but we're not giving any sort of input on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll start off with Ahmed Shams over here, our guest.
The most useless thing you can study in any university ever.
Yeah.
Freaking engineering. Because
We don't want to step on some toes here.
Yeah.
No, we intentionally want to step on some toes.
Don't intentionally want to
Yeah.
no, but there's no
They suck.
There's no stepping on toes here. Because I guarantee you, no sane person will say that I studied engineering and that was a great choice. No one could-
I actually
could
do
ever
know.
say.
I actually do know someone who's actually really enjoying. He studied civil engineering. Weird.
Civil.
Yeah.
And
He enjoyed it.
Yeah. He's not making any money.
Yeah.
Okay, they exist.
Yeah.
But he enjoys it, and that's the most important.
That's a program from other episode.
Yeah.
The psycho mentality of the Sudanese people and how they enjoy being stepped over and being some bleed towards. I can.
We're digging ourselves deeper here, so we'll just move on swiftly. Wait, you're an engineer as well.
Some shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're an engineer as well.
I'm not an engineer. I'm an architect.
Yeah.
Archi shit.
Yeah.
Which is one of the most gruesome, horrible things you can study in university. And it was horrible. Studying it was horrible. I'm not gonna lie. It's just, this shit was hard. And they sell you void dreams when you register for it. You're gonna be an architect and conquer the world. And the world is yours. You're gonna build it. But yeah.
You've almost fell into the engineering trap, but somehow got away.
I studied engineering, mining engineering at that for 2 years at AKA the quarry.
Where souls go to die. Yeah.
No,
المحجر. But you switched to graphics design.
Yeah, I switched to graphic design. It's kind of interesting. I know, and then most of my time, I used to do design طوالي كده أثناء الجامعة ذاته.
Keep in mind, for listeners, they may not know us, but all of us went to the same university.
Yeah.
We'll just bleep that in post, and because some of us are not exactly, do not take pride in our history,
in our
with
education.
That university. Yeah,
we have studied very hard.
Does anyone remember لما كنا خاشين and then they sold us the dream of the new university buildings?
I think they do that with every single university. I've heard that with multiple universities.
Yeah, that has been going for years. Yeah,
until 2010, the decade, entire decade.
Yeah.
And it's still not even close to being started.
It's
even.
قام هيكل كده بس like a skeleton قام كده قاعد.
كده من جامعة هناك كسروا حلقه. They just left it there. They just sold it, I think, and they bought air quotes again. قطع أراضي I don't know where.
صوبة.
يعني تجي خارج كده بوروك الصور بتاعت الجديدة ممكن.
Amazing. You're gonna start here and you're gonna finish your studies there. Yay!
Yeah, I remember that actually. لما جيت أسجل أول مرة كان سجل لي أبوي. بس قاعدين في المكتب التسجيل كده كان زول pitching حكاية التسجيل دي لوي بعد ما ادته البروشور. It's not a brochure. It's like عامل زي المنيو داير ولا دقيقة رجله. It's like المجال جنبه.
And the prices.
So, have you studied graphics design as well?
Yeah, I switched to graphic design because it became obvious at that point. There was a 3 months period between
There's gonna be a lot of bleeping in this episode. And we didn't even start cursing yet. Oh boy.
Keep in mind this is like episode 00.
Yeah, it's our pilot, so
it's like the pilot.
It's okay.
Depending on how well this might do.
Are we gonna even publish this?
We are publishing this. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
So I guess that leaves me. I did the most obscure field out there. Well, not the most obscure, but one of the most obscure. Geographical information systems. It's almost like 90% of the people I tell them I studied that, they're like, oh, what the f is that? What did you study, nigga?
Did you get scammed? How much did you pay, man?
It always ends like, هندسة باش مهندس.
Sure, yeah.
Yes. باش مهندس.
باش مهندس.
I think we should keep the racial jokes on the down low.
I had nothing racial about this.
Yeah,
there was some Arab Zut reference.
Do you have some racial thoughts, Ahmed?
Not an
You have
We'll need to make this disclaimer right now. We're not targeting anyone right now, but yeah.
Arab Zut.
Please, Twitter social justice warriors. We are not here to fight any.
You.
How about we don't start, insulting our audience? First thing first.
This is gonna be very spicy.
Yeah. But let's move on to our main topic. What life after university for the common, Sudanese.
The common average.
Yeah. There's always the question once you get out of there. your set goal, you have it, you have an objective, to graduate, to get good grades, or just graduate sometimes.
Start your life.
Or you should at least have that.
Yeah.
Start your
Before
life.
going to university.
Not everyone does that, but
No one has it. Also,
So there's always the everlasting question. Sumbuk wala السيك. Mainly, do you get out of this country or تقعد هنا وتتسيك?
well, I guess.
Try and make it here.
I guess.
I feel like
In this case scenario,
looking at us and the quality of our microphone,
yeah.
I believe a Sumbuk was a very good choice for us.
At some point.
That's a point.
That's a point.
this topic will be discussed in specific details in a future episode.
Yeah, he just this guy just wants to he wants to speed run this thing.
Yes.
No. Teasing. No. This is a pilot.
Yeah.
We're not gonna take on like some major topics.
It's not major,
It's
but
not major topic. This is a light topic.
briefing.
This is a light topic. We are not discussing anything.
Yeah.
And we're moving along this very smoothly in a very
Very efficient way.
in a very
Efficient way. I'm sorry, I'm sick. So.
we're surprised you made it this far into the episode.
Yeah, I didn't die.
Coughing into it, spreading your infection everywhere.
I think I'm already sick, man.
Yeah, like most people, like when they start university, they don't have a clear vision, or they think they need a clear vision of what they need to do.
Yeah, mainly you're out there and you graduate بتكمل مناقشتك and literally the first thing you do is like, alright,
what the fuck should I
now
do?
what?
Yeah, exactly. Like some people might actually find this idea is very daunting. It's very depressive.
It is to all
very
people.
scary at some point. Like the other day I was talking to some dude. He was telling me, and he's actually studying in our university, and he was asking me like, he's like in his third year, and he was like, what's it like on the other side?
That has to be
like will I get my shit together? Will everything magically happen and like I'll just start making money immediately? And the clear answer is no. It's not gonna happen like that.
Strangely enough, a few days ago, I was looking at there was a post. These motivational posts you find online, so they can give you meaning in life and such.
Yeah, those.
Yes. They were talking about Jeff Bezos and how by the age of 24 he was flipping burgers.
Yeah.
And by the age of 40 something he's now a multi-billionaire. And
a lot can happen in
yes.
I mean, it doesn't always have to be that case because I remember, for you did, you didn't even wait. Like it depends on how lucrative you are as a person. How
It depends on your skill set.
Your skill set.
Yeah.
Because if I recall, you had a different experience than that.
I had a very different experience. That's why I was like,
What happened?
ساكت كده. لأنه like I was very lucky. luck was really good. لأنه like college experience بتاعتي ذاتها كلها كانت حكاية عجيبة.
What happened?
لأنه like أنا اتخرجت براي في الدماغ. نفر واحد.
Like did you study the entire course? من ما دخلت like 3 years or 4 years?
No, actually the first year we were 3 people. في بيت ولد كده. عملوا رايحين واحدة البيت عرست الولد عمل يا
كبر
ما داير.
جنب الظلام.
Yeah. That was by semester 2. Semester 2 كنت براي semester 3. لا والله كانوا بنتين ولد يعني. Semester 3 كانت معي لحد semester 3, semester 4, semester 5, semester 6. But like she wasn't attending most of the time. I was like attending براي. بعد ذاك هو في semester 6 هي اتخرجت and incidentally I got offered the job at the same time.
By whom?
By her husband.
Amazing. The
This
best.
is called networking. It is called being lucky, I have to admit.
Yeah,
it's just called being very lucky.
It's called my plan has worked.
I have achieved my objectives.
And this obviously helped you because a lot of times, most jobs, once you start applying, the biggest hurdle I think, us, fresh graduates, and I
is having a degree, an actual degree.
not having a degree, but experience.
Yeah, having experience. Yeah.
A lot of almost any position you're gonna want to apply to, they'll require 2-3 years experience.
Yeah, it's the experience paradox. You can't work unless you have experience, and you can't have experience unless you work.
Yeah.
And at the same time,
I think
unless you're working for free, almost for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the entire time you're studying, and that's
like for me, it's the area of like working for free to get experience. Like I did that part a bit early on.
Yes.
Because now لما كنت في الإسلامية وكده كنت عم بشتغل حاجات للناس like someone wants something like designing
for exposure.
Not for exposure. It was more of like if I can help with my work, why not?
Yeah.
Like I didn't look for money because I'm a طالب عم كرجع أسأل.
You're already getting money from your parents.
Yeah, okay,
that was
for existing.
That must be
which
nice.
is amazing.
Yeah.
I really don't know how parents actually do that. You're just paying your kids for their existence. Like,
Well, that's
let's just say you're just, you're paying a subscription fee. You signed up way early on, and I don't want to put that picture of
I would say it's more like an investment, like a very, very
it's more of like
long-term investment,
and in some cases very poor investment.
Yeah. Like, who the asked to be born? In the first place.
Let's not get into that.
We're gonna need to put, the sad into this experience at some point.
Exactly.
So.
It's like it's a sad experience eventually.
Yeah.
So.
So most of the time for me
Super
personally,
awesome, dreamy.
Amazing.
Yeah. For me personally, I've been running into that experience hurdle a lot. Mostly I did get some experience. Surprisingly enough, the first position you get into is like BAM consultancy.
Yeah, in JRS.
JRS.
Mainly because I think it was rare.
Yeah, it's a very rare yet there's demand on the field yet it's somewhat very rare. Not rare enough that I'm drowning in work, but
clearly
every once in a while you get someone needing that specialty, and that's where the experience hurdle runs in, because most people won't even give you a chance, regardless of how competent you are in your field. If you don't have that set number of years of experience.
Yeah, and also like في حاجة تانية حتى بتاعت إنه most employers in Sudan don't just employ people.
Yes.
They employ people they know.
Yes.
الحتة بتاعت الواسطة and not حتة الواسطة بس الحتة بتاعت would I actually give work to someone that I do not know?
Yes.
It's a bit questionable.
It depends on the structure of the company, I'd say.
Yeah, it depends,
because what people don't realize, like to hire someone in the company, you need to have like some rules and regulations. Like if you have more work than you can actually manage, you need to hire people.
Yeah.
But if you have a lot of staff and you don't have that much work, you're overstaffed. So you need to cut down, and no one's gonna be employing you at that point. And that's the case for me in architecture, because companies don't even hire you anymore.
Yeah.
Like if you want to go to a company to work with them, they'll just tell you to start training, and training for 6 months, and getting paid like the bare minimum.
Yeah, like bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, like not even enough for like transportation.
You're not even breaking even at that point.
Nothing. You're just basically just hurting
working
yourself.
for free. You're basically work free.
Exactly, but that
sometimes you actually pay.
Yeah. Like at that stage in life after graduation, you need the experience. So at that point, you'd be like, it's like I don't need money right now. I need the experience. That's the most important thing.
Unfortunately, some people don't have that luxury.
Yeah.
The luxury of like, I don't need the money right now because it's a more pressing matter due to their, their circumstances.
Depends on the person's circumstances.
Yeah, like their social, the position they're in right now in life.
Yeah. Like in general, that's the thing I've like noticed in like my batchmates, like people like who were in front of me and people behind me. Like that's the thing that they like. دي كان الحاجة مسكتهم شديد. Like they couldn't even, like they were stuck for like at least 3-6 months after graduating, and it was hell. It's hell basically, not knowing what to do and where to go, and
it's the elephant in the room right now that وضع البلد ذاتي, like, the situation that the country is in right now is, you know, not the best. So
Yeah,
for a
it
lot
is.
of people, it's they're more pressed up against the wall, especially on financials.
Yeah, especially on financials. Because like like العملة ذاتها ضعفت كم مرة يعني.
And it's still going up.
سعر الحاجات ذاتها بتاعت الحياة اليومية بتاعت الناس ضعفت بصورة كبيرة شديد. And it hasn't been the same. It hasn't been the same نهائي. At the same time بتلقى إنه السالاريز ما زادت. فبتلقى إنه والله يا أخي على مثلا ممكن أقول 5 سنين اللي فاتت. Like if you're making good enough money to live 5 years ago, it's not good enough to live on.
Well,
right
and the third thing in the sad experience, the third thing is that like when you check salaries on the job you're doing in your country compared to like the nearest like Gulf countries, for example, it's like 100 times more.
Yeah.
And for exactly what you are exactly doing right now.
Yeah,
Which,
and
you
like
know,
you don't need to have any extra experience. You could go there as a fresh graduate
Exactly, yeah.
and like get
And
more money than what you're getting here.
then actually you'll be earning more than like 80-90% of the people here. So
Which, you know, this segues us onto the, you know, the second option very nicely in this conversation. السمبك. You know, getting the fuck out of here.
yeah.
You know, that's the other option people have on the table.
Well, the
usually.
sumuk, I think sumuk is for people who actually don't have a way out.
Yeah.
Like you actually consider a sumuk. Like if you have like a foreign passport,
Yeah.
or like you have your parents or someone else who's
If you have
who's
someone
like
who
actually
finance,
who's actually out of Sudan who can actually help you get out or find you a job or like a master's or something, some sort of a degree to get you out. That's what people
Some
are.
sort of lifeline.
Yeah, basically a lifeline.
and it's like حتى ذاته طلع من السودان مرات بتكون ما بنفس السعودية.
Yeah.
يعني ممكن يقول لك والله خمشي مصر، لكن مصر ذاتها like.
Yeah. Especially if you're
وضع
you're a male, you know, like
Yeah, if
in
you're like,
this age bracket at least up until like 45, 55, you know, you're getting a visa. That's the toughest category of people to get a visa for.
yeah, and like you're gonna be questioned like ما ساكن يدوك الفيزا. انتوا شايفين الصفوف بتاعت الفيزا بتاعت مصر دي. Like people literally sleep overnight عشان يقدروا يطلعوا الفيزا عشان يمشوا مصر بالبص.
Yeah. And you know, there's also, if you want to apply, for example, God forbid you want to apply to a visa for a European country. That alone is just a Schengen visa. That's good luck getting that.
Yeah.
You know, your chances of success are already pretty low, and
Still people are
some
getting it.
some people actually get it.
yeah,
Like and like you hear stories of people actually getting it easily. Like they go to to European embassy.
I think it depends on the application
and the applicant.
And
how do you present yourself.
No, like
was he recommended by someone?
Yes.
No, the papers you provide. Like, do you have something rock solid in Sudan that
Yeah,
guarantees that you're not gonna stay there?
yeah,
Yeah.
And people actually they go there for vacations and come back.
yeah. Usually, as I said,
We're not talking about those people here.
Yeah, we're talking about people who are.
you know, those people don't necessarily need the second option.
No, those people don't need the sumbuk or the seek. It's not the seek in here for them.
Nobody needs a Sikh, nigga.
لا أنا داير شفتها مسمين مربوطة مدرعة.
Yep. Yep.
But
ده الباص مربوطة 13.
The Sikh.
But to our other comrades
Yeah.
who are مسمين 13 ببالي واقف and they're looking for a sumbuk. The struggles that you might actually get to getting there.
Well, most prominently you could die.
Depending on where you're going.
That's gonna be a hurdle. If you're going to Europe, for example, you're gonna have to cross the sea.
And you know, it's not always illegal immigration. You know, some people just, you know, they go to the Gulf countries, you know, get like a 3-month visa or something, start looking for work there until you get, you know, throw enough. Basically, the principle: if you throw enough shit at the wall, somewhere it'll stick.
That's what almost 90% of people our generation are doing now.
Yeah.
Like
Even despite how soul crushing it is.
Yes.
So like you have to like spend like نمرة واحد انت طلعت من بلدك مشيت لبلد غريب ما بتعرف فوق اي زول عشان تلقى لك وظيفة مع ناس ما بتعرفهم.
Shout out to our comrade ATM.
Yeah, we'll just keep that, we'll just keep it at the acronym.
ATM.
إن شاء الله كويسة.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll know who you are.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're going that route, معناته أمورك جاطت شديد.
Yeah.
And you don't have a job, you don't have any prospects in this country, and you decide like the only option for you to live and to have a better life is out of Sudan. And like most people, like when you think about people who are outside of it, you think about the OGs, the people who left Sudan in the 80s or 90s, like yeah, تخرج because they were looking for a better life for themselves, their children, and that's what they found. Like they went there, and their kids were born outside of Sudan. That's why you see a lot of IG kids.
Yeah.
Yes,
IG stands for IGCSE, and I really don't know what IGCSE actually stands for, but it's right there.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That too.
No, شهادة عربية.
Separate category, but
same category.
We love all شهادة عربية IGCSE. Don't feel offended.
Yeah.
Sudanese kids were being raised in Sudan.
Yeah.
Kids in general. But yeah, like people who actually went outside, they were looking for a better life for themselves, like better jobs, better pay, like better money, better houses, better better education.
They got out. They were lucky. They got out. Getting out was
simpler
and was actually meant something.
Yeah.
Like Sudan was at a good position where if you go to another country you would be valued as a human being.
Yeah.
جيب لي مرتجوت.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just
Hopefully,
gloss over that quickly.
Sudan will be on the right end.
Under new government.
ماشيين في الطريقة صح إن شاء الله.
So which we need to look at our current situation, I guess. The current situation for the country, job-wise, in terms of job market, economy, things like that. For how it is for us, how we're coping with it.
We're not coping at all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Well, the statistic is like the bare minimum wage worldwide is $200 a month, and the average salary in Sudan is $50.
Yeah.
Like we're literally like.
Not like Yahya al-Bashir, where was
We don't want to get blocked.
$1,800.
Yes. لو كنا ناكل بيتزا وهوت دوج.
We're illiterate.
طبعا يعني بشير يعني كنا راكبين لكزس.
Good times.
لابسين جوتشي. ممكن ده جوتشي كذا. لابسين جوتشي يا زلمة.
I hope none of you listeners believe this.
I mean, sarcasm.
We're just joking.
Yes, we're joking.
Yes.
Twitter SJWs, we do not want war. I think I have to say this, but it's regrettable. We do not want war.
Yeah.
I think
Because you're gonna lose mainly, like I'm just saying.
don't. It's just we've been on the internet long enough. Just we'll gloss over that quickly. But yes.
Yeah, Sudan like الفترة اللي فاتت. ما الفترة اللي فاتت. قبل ما نحن نقول يعني الفترة اللي احد ولدنا فوق احد ولدنا في فترة.
It was.
ظريفة.
Yeah. It was.
Basically, by the time you were born, the trajectory your life was going on to, انت كان لك شيء حيضرب.
Yeah.
تنفرمل basically.
Yeah, it's like لا تكون طلعتك كده من بطن امك كده يقول لا.
Poor thing.
كتبت فيك يا ولدي.
Poor thing. Like imagine, like you could have been born anywhere in the world, at any time. Period.
Yeah, I mean it could have been worse. It could have been worse.
It could have been great.
Like ممكن كان like if you were able to set a spawn point بتاعتك يعني كان ممكن تقول يا أخي I want to spawn like
North America. As a white man.
I think
like in the 1800s.
Have a life expectancy of 28 years and just basically just speed run your life.
Yeah, that would be actually great.
But
And die by the plague by 25.
I mean, plague that was 16th century Europe things.
Yeah,
And if you made it to 25, you'd be lucky. More like 5. That's your good number.
Back when life was good.
Yeah.
Good and short.
Good and short.
Good and short.
That's the good thing about it. You didn't have to stick around for long.
Yeah.
It's like, تحصل بس الشباب
And
كده
you'd be already
بخلص.
born in a monarchy كده, like with ranches and horses and slaves and yeah.
I don't think all white people were dated. It's just
I think the
At
most
that point.
optimal outcome, for you to be born like a golden Labrador with a white family,
That
a
would
white
be-
loving family, being their family dog.
born as a dog
Yeah.
in a white family.
Without a care in the world.
live a very short happy
You know
life,
what's actually similar to being born as a Labrador or whatever that is in a white family? Being an Arab in like the Gulf. Being born there.
That was worse.
Yeah.
That's worse.
Nigga, that's not that worse.
That's way worse.
Nigga, you
being
basically
born as a prince.
not a prince, like a normal United Arab Emirates citizen. Like just born there with your family Emiratis. You're just born with unlimited privileges. And if you decide to work, that's your business, but you don't have to. It's optional. Like basically, life is
They pay
optional.
you.
At that
This
point,
were
life is optional.
circles right
Privileges, as long as you keep your mouth shut about certain individuals there.
Sure.
But I guess that's a common trend amongst the Arab,
The monarchs.
Middle
They
Eastern.
pay for their silence in very good money.
Yes, I would be very silent.
That was a very nice politics section. I think we should move from that.
عايد اصلا انا احنا كسودانيين كان في فتره طويله جدا مساله الرفع دي يعني حاجه I think everyone knows it, like it's not that controversial.
Like the Amniye kind of refer, not the other kind of refer.
Just to be clear.
I think the tone set here
I think
makes that
you
clear
made it
enough.
worse,
Yeah.
I think you just made it worse.
But to like rounding back to the monarchies in the 1800s and the 1700s, what do you think the best part of living in those times would be?
Being in a monarchy.
No, a monarchy in Europe in the 1700s.
What's the best thing about being there?
About living at that time.
Being a part of it.
Yes.
Well, you're not gonna have to endure that for long, so
Yep. Like
You're not gonna have to live for long.
I think the best part is because they're always like discovering new things. Like you one day you wake up, you see in the news, yes, we discovered Chad. What's Chad, man? That's a country. It's ours now.
I think it
Amazing.
for better times, we don't have to look that far back into history or that far out across the Mediterranean.
yeah.
For most of us, I think remembering, this country back at least, 12 years, 15 years back, it was a bit better.
12 years, 15 years
Yeah,
back.
and we're not talking, rose-colored goggles or anything, like rose-tinted glasses or anything.
Yeah, it's like
not nostalgia.
هي هالفترة ذاتها بتاعت اللي كان حصل فوقها يعني واحدة من أكعب الحياة حصلت لنا لما البلد جد قطعت النص.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. And being born.
I think the population.
بنفس الوقت النص اللي قطع اللي اتشال منه يا هو النص اللي كان مؤثر على
Actually making money.
Yeah. وين احنا قاعدين ساعة كده.
There was a rise
Shadow
in population that were doing something, but it's not that. It doesn't impact that much.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a rise in population. If you plot, the population numbers on a graph, the increase wasn't that large, but it's mainly more, of a reshuffle of where everyone is. At some point there was a massive influx of people into Khartoum.
الخدمات كلها كانت ما متوفرة في الحافظة.
And they're still.
That's still the
This
case.
is-
That's still the case.
Yeah, like ما في خدمات اللي برا من خرطوم.
But
دي واحدة من الحياة المصايب الحياة داخل السودان ذاته. واحدة من الحياة اللي تطرد الناس إنهم يمشوا.
back then, the people who stayed in Sudan, they actually made the choice that I want to stay in Sudan.
I think that
They could leave, but they chose not to.
Well, at that point in time, like for them, they had careers,
They made connections. They established themselves in the country.
Sudan. So
they're
not gonna like.
They were not like a recent year of graduates في الفترة دي. الجنريشن اللي قدامنا بالجنريشنين كده يعني.
Boomers.
Boomers. ما هنا.
Boomers and Gen X. Generation X.
Yeah.
I think, back then even I dare say that there was at least a motive not to leave. I wouldn't say stay, but there was enough reason, like, there wasn't the reason, like, there wasn't that compelling nagging desire or,
because
need for you to get out.
Universities here were actually way better. They were actually competing globally. And you'd actually get paid by the education system to go to university. You get scholarships.
I wouldn't say even that far back, back until 2005, it wasn't as bad back in 2005 at least.
لحد الفترة دي كان 2005 تقريبا كان المصروف اللي بيدوا لك ناس الجامعة ذاته تأمين الطلاب. It was good enough إنه على الأقل يشيل لك جزء من المصاريف بتاعتك. جزء كبير من مصاريفك. It wasn't bad like it
wasn't optimal.
That's the case. I remember once I was talking with my aunt. She studied in Khartoum, and I was talking to her about like you staying in Sudan. She used to live in Canada. She came back to Sudan. It's like why did she came back, and when did you feel like you want to be stay in Sudan? She's like she feels in that because Sudan educated her for free. They actually gave her all the opportunities for her to become the person she is today. So she felt like she's in that to her country.
And a lot of people and I actually feel that.
But I think this feeling is kind of like faded away or almost completely disappeared.
It did not fade away.
I wouldn't say faded away, but people are starting like it's getting more and more. How would I say this? The pressure of everything, the pressure of the current circumstances. People are feeling more defeated. That it's the payoff. It's becoming less and less
worth it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say worth it, but
less and less worthwhile.
Yeah. So
well, I think it's more of like the effort and input and output. Like you input a lot of effort, but you don't get a lot of compensation.
كان في قرادة كده شلناه في الفترة اللي فاتت دي. كانت شغالة بتسحب الأفر الخاشية.
قرادة is an understatement, but
It's more of like a vampire that's.
Yes. شكرا حمدوك.
Shameless plug. That was not intentional. Yeah.
لأنه مع إنه يعني كانت المعيشة كانت كويسة لكن we weren't feeling.
We were missing something.
لكن كانت الحكاية ماشية لي أكعب كان ما أعرف أنا بذكر حتى 2005 كان تقريبا أول فترة زيادة فوق 2006 كان أول فترة زيادة فوق الدولار.
I think
البنزين like petroleum زاد and then زاد now زاد الدولار. So and in turn أي حاجة تانية زادت. So it just affected everything like a domino effect like for the entire economy.
I think the domino effect really started in 2011. 2011 the referendum happened. The split between the South and the North happened, which sort of affected the revenues from all petroleum revenues. So from there the economy pretty much took a hit.
It took a big hit. لأنه أكل الناس في حياتهم اليومية بقى شوية صعب ليه؟ لأنه الزيادة بتاعت البنزين بتأثر.
But I honestly believe we as a country, we have so much potential. We don't need to rely on oil. We have tons of stuff to do.
Agriculture.
Agriculture in specific.
We
can rely on this. We can do much more, and like we say here in Sudan, البلد خيرها كتير.
Although for such potential, for me, because we did look into this, it's a part of our field, looking into, GIS has a lot of applications in agriculture. This potential might be there, but to be able to employ it is the real question.
But عندنا مساحات فاضية خرافية يعني.
But to be able, for you to get that, you know, the land is there, but you're not going to necessarily be able to seize that potential and turn it into something useful.
Yeah.
You know, unrealized potential is just that. It's a big
potential.
if, unless you put action into it, and you'll need to sink in a lot of resources to realize that potential. And this is the predicament we're in right now. That
you need to spread the idea that not everybody needs to stay in one place. Like for example, in Khartoum or in Bahri.
it's not about that because I wouldn't say from experience, but from common knowledge. If people come here for a reason, you know, a lot of people immigrate to Khartoum from rural areas because, you know, agriculture, it's not paying off enough.
Non-existent, basically.
Habil, for example, you know, it's a big agricultural project, you know, owned by Hajib Khan, or run by it at least. This project, before it started, people were packing up to leave the area before the project came in because simply there was nothing to do there. You know, the potential might be there, but for the smaller common citizen in the rural areas, they will not have the resources to fully employ this in a, you know, in a fulfilling manner, something that will provide them livelihood, sustainable livelihood. You're going to be giving them the land. This is how, for example, Mushra Jazeera works. People own, you know, حواشات أصغر جوا مشروع الجزيرة to plant in them. But for example, is المشروع كله does not have, for example, sufficient يعني شبكة ري and a good irrigation network. Guess what? You're not gonna get anything. And no amount of people is gonna fix that because by the time you tell them, hey, you're gonna need to irrigate your own project, you're gonna need to somehow figure out getting water all the way from the Nile, 12 kilometers out, and then back into your piece of land. They're just gonna say, fuck it, I'm going to Khartoum, حاشتغل الحل وأشوف لي أي حاجة. This is not worth it.
Yeah, it's way better for him إنه يعمل الكلام ده منه يقعد يفتش يجيب المويه ويقعد في الخلا الله لو حصلت له مشكلة.
That's basically just takes us back to the main point.
Yeah, ما في خدمات.
غير إنه ما في خدمات, it's really hard to navigate through life here in Sudan. Because if you're in a rural area, you need like certain like services, certain standards to live by, and they're not non-existent. That's why most people come here to Khartoum. And oddly enough, like Zaman, like as you said, like 11, 12 years back, like before the start of the century, like life was a lot better. People would actually leave Khartoum and start like farming and buying land over there to farm because that would the thing.
That would boom the economy also. لأنه في الاريا اللي هم بيمشوا لها.
Yeah, and also
providing services في حتة جديدة.
Exactly, and back then life was simpler. Life was so much easier.
Like starting a good life.
Yeah, it was much easier and like owning a home or like buying a car or starting your own business or whatever. Like the government actually like helped you to some extent.
I wouldn't say helped you, but the economic circumstances were not as crushing.
Exactly. Yeah.
ما كان عندنا inflation اضطرينا لسببه علينا 6 أصفار حتى بعد ذاك 6 عام رجعت.
Yeah, like actually just having like a normal high school diploma or a university degree would actually guarantee you a good paying job, a good career in a good place. Let's say in Khartoum, for example.
Yes.
You'd actually be able to own a house, a car, get married, start a family, and
life was so much easier, especially like if you wanted to start a family.
Yeah.
I know like this بالنسبة كده.
That's
في فترة عمري دي كل شيء كده like الأهل بيعجبوا لك.
That's the crushing factor after you graduate, like for both males and females. Like they just look at you, like you start university, you're done. What's the next step?
What's your next trick?
Exactly, what's your next trick? Roll over, yay. Like
you know you can study really hard. You've been doing it for almost 18 years.
Now start a family.
I've started a family.
And then you start a family, and then where are our grandkids? Yeah, grandkids.
I should find out.
Let's see. And that I think what like pushes people to leave Sudan.
Yes.
Like for looking for like an easier way for like first of all, to escape this pressure,
To be independent.
and actually make enough to live and save up, and actually travel if you want to invest your money.
Because
Like these things are like rare Pokemons here in Sudan. If saving money and investing money, that's really
saving can be done. Investing is like a whole nother beast on its own.
It's a whole nother ballpark.
saving like in saving for what? Like if you're getting like $50 a month, you're not saving for shit. Like you'd be saving for a meal at the end of the month.
Yeah.
That's your saving.
We have another guest chiming in, if you can hear it in the background, I'm not sure. There's, our honorary guest Marla.
Yeah, the resident.
Yes, Marla. We
Ferit.
are talking about food, yeah. I know you care about that.
Yeah.
تاكل في الفراخ بتاعك.
Yeah. That's why you also see a lot of millennials, people are like they leave Sudan for a certain amount of years, they work, and they come back, they get married, and then they fuck off again.
Yeah. بس اسمعني يا كديت عادي هنا انا قلت لك انه احنا هنعرس. عرسنا مع السلامة. ما اقدر اقعد في البلد ده.
Exactly.
And like you can't blame them for that because he cares about this person. He cares about her and like he wants to provide her with a good life, but he can't do that in this country.
Yeah.
And same for us, like.
Well, some people can, like the odd 1% in Sudan, the 0.1, the monarchs.
Sudan is not 0.1.
It's close to a monarchy, but it's not a monarchy. It's if you have money, you can make money. It's not impossible. It's very doable. But for the average, like you said, the average common Sudanese.
Like you graduating with
in his mid-20s
with nothing in your nothing in your pockets. You're just basically graduated. You have your degree and no money in your hand.
Yeah, this is gonna be very tough.
Yeah, and yeah.
But like when I see like from those cases that I saw, actually from the people our age are getting married, there's the new idea of it became more of a partnership.
Yeah.
Like the two partners that actually contribute more.
I think no, it's more of a
to the whole wedding thing.
For me, as I see it, is like a show off. Like it's like a dog show or something to show off. But we're gonna talk about that in a future episode, and we're gonna delve in more details about that. Yeah, and we made it. Yes. Finally. How long has it been?
It's been a while.
We've been at this for a while.
كلامي شفتوا الليلة احنا نعمل حلقة ريك مورتي كان في episode 11 ريك مورتي for life ريك مورتي for life forever.com ريك مورتي with a sad experience forever. We're gonna be doing this until we can't anymore.
For a while.
Until we can't.
Yes. We surely need your feedback. We need to hear your opinion.
الناس الدارين طعمجوا الناس دارين شكلوا هنا هي قاعد يدلي
نحن فاتحين الماسورة for all cases of تعرصة.
We're basically inviting it at this point. Why are you inviting it?
Feedback, helpful feedback.
Yeah, maybe.
We can tell.
Yeah, good criticism is actually very crucial, but
constructive criticism.
Exactly.
We'd love to hear back from you on this. Help us improve.
And tell us what you think about the topics we talked about today.
Tell us your sad experience.
Any ideas for any more future episodes?
Topics we can handle.
We're open for that as well.
We'd love to hear your sad experience, your own personal sad
your sad experiences.
Yes. And
I believe this is the time we plug in our social media.
Oh yeah. Oh. You can find us at the sad speed. almost anywhere but mainly on Twitter لو دارين تطعموا يتكلموا كتير قاعدين في الفيسبوك برضو مع انه قاعد يموت كده وبتاع برضو تيك توك لجنزي مش ولا اسمه زومرز
those cunts
احنا قاعدين في تيك توك برضو يعني
no thunder cunts
so TikTok Instagram Twitter
Instagram
Instagram
we'll figure that out somehow So you can find us there, and you can reach us there. We'd love to engage with you.
Yes. We'd love to get back to you next week, inshallah.
And thank you for listening. And this has been the sad experience.
And that's a wrap.
had to rap. Like it's just